So what time is it?
It's Glance time. Hi, I'm Anton, here's Alex, and we are Glance Clock. I'm excited to be here and introduce you first smart wall clock to display data from your wearables, connected devices, and web services. Recent market research says 6 billion connected things will be in use till the end of this year. I personally use more than 50 different apps to manage my digital life. I check my Google Calendar every time, my security cameras to be sure that my home and family are safe, incoming emails and calls, and so on. There should be a nicer way to communicate with technology rather than checking your phone every single minute. And here we go with the Glance Clock. Glance Clock is a well-designed wall clock with embedded glanceable display, built-in speaker, and open cloud platform. It shows you information from your wearables, connected devices, and web services right at the moment you need it. The information appears on the background in the geometric shapes rather than text and numbers. It allows you to read information quickly at a glance without being disrupted from your current tasks. On the back end, we have a cloud platform with a lot of integrations that can actually integrate via open APIs. To actually meet Glance Clock with your favorite apps, you just need to go down to the app through the list and tap a connect button to actually meet Glance Clock with the service. Next, Glance Cloud will analyze this data and understand what information, when and where to display to make it available and ready to go. You can have different clocks in different locations, but it will display different data, but always relevant for particular place and the situation. Our clock's ready out the box, and you just need to pair your phone with the clock, and it will set up current time automatically. To show you smart notification features, I would like to introduce Alex, and I will run a demo.
Thank you, Anton. Let's have a close look at our product. Please dim the lights. To show you how Glance Clock works, I will tell you about my day. I have a job on, and because of that, Glance knows the exact moment I woke up this morning. Here, blue line shows that I was sleeping from 1 a.m. till 7 a.m. And as you can see, red is sleep interruption. Well, you know, I woke up just to check the fridge. I was hungry. Then I'm preparing myself for a day, and I can see the weather conditions. Today it's pretty sunny, but kind of chilly, so probably no pool party tonight. Well, next, Glance is perfect for an office. I can integrate my Google Calendar with a Glance Clock, and it will show the breakdown of my day. Here you can see that I have TechCrunch event right now. But I'm completely free after, so if you want to grab coffee with me, guys, I am totally open, just text me. So, we have more than 3 integrations to show you, and we would like to tell you more. We're still working hard on connecting more IoT devices and web services. It was a demo. Let's go back to the presentation.
Thank you, Alex. To introduce Glance Clock to market, we will launch Indiegogo campaign on February this year. And the estimated price will be just $149 for a single device, and the estimated shipping date is October this year. We will still get in pre-orders on our webpage after the crowdfunding campaign, and we will go to retail after the successful shipping. Our clocks will be available in this design, but we will provide different frames to make it more personal and looks good for your office or your home. We have a great experienced team. We recently finished hardware acceleration in Singapore, Hacks Asia, and Wearable World and Founder Space in San Francisco. I'm a founder and CEO. For the past 6 years, I've run hardware electronic business in Russia together with my co-founder, Alexander. Alex is our marketing guru who runs marketing for Mail.ru. It's a large companies as well as small companies. Okay. Come and join us on our journey. I would like to see you as a part of our awesome community of more than 2,000 people already. And who wants to be in the Glance Clock for free? We will raffle one before Friday night, and just go ahead and sign up at glanceclock.com/cs, and welcome on board. Thank you very much. I'm open for your questions.
With a minute to spare. Go ahead, guys.
So one clarifying question that I had is, if you're in a house that has a family, how does it decide whose personal information to show is number one? And then two, going into this use case, where do you see it being in the house? Is it in the living room, the dining room, the bedroom, office?
Thank you for the question. If we're talking about the multiple user usage, it's actually powered by iBeacon technology, and it can recognize the person and actually the presence in the room. So it will show the personal information for you if you're only one person in the room, but if somebody else join you, it will show you shared information like temperature, so not so personal. And back to your another question.
Where will it go in the house?
So for different usage, so mainly it's for bedrooms to show your sleep patterns, and for kitchen room to set up timer and be informed that Uber arrived and other things because it's very noisy place. And it's also useful for an office, so you are doing your work, and it will display your Google Calendar and incoming calls, so you will notify it in a glanceable, more convenient way rather than checking the phone and disrupting.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
I'm struggling a bit with the use case and trying to think about my own use of different electronics that could tie in and how I would actually get use out of it, but that's okay. I do have a question though, long term, is your vision to be competitive with, everyone wants to be the center for the connected home, right? If it's Comcast, they want that to be through the cable box, or if it's Nest, they want that to be through the thermostat. Tell me more about your vision for where you want it to go. Is that your objective, to be the central nervous system for the connected home, or where do you want to take it?
No, the idea for a glance clock is to display information that is currently exists around you, and the vision is that our platform, because it's intelligent and that it understands what information, when and where to display. So the data can migrate from one screen to another. So let's say you jog in morning, and the good display to reach you is your wrist smartwatch. When you're driving, it's your dashboard. When you're at home and your phone on the charge, it's a glance clock. So the vision is that we will announce more glanceable devices, and we will integrate with some Corning class, let's say, and we will move information to reach you in the perfect conditions to become no annoying and valuable.
Okay, and how do you think about it, given that people typically will have their phones with them, or maybe people will have an iWatch or some type of Android watch device that can also give them a lot of the same data? And this would be, I mean, unless if someone were to buy one for every room, if they had it just in the bedroom, it's stuck in this one place.
Let's say it's an Apple Watch for your home, so you can still wear your Apple Watch or Android Watch, and this is another way to communicate in a glanceable way. So you wake up and you just see. You don't need to check your watch and check your phone. It's already here. You just open the eyes and okay, I got it. I know what I should do next. It's so the information not annoying you, and the Apple Watch is very useful. You will stay on track for every time, but glance clock is just become, so it's reach you in the perfect moment, so without any distraction. Thank you.
Yeah, this echoes a lot of my questions that came to mind as well. I mean, I guess maybe help us understand the market size. I know very little about the clock market. I mean, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry that's begging for disruption.
So yeah, wall clock market is pretty huge, from the very cheap Chinese manufactured, from the very expensive luxury, and we are mostly looking for a connected home gadget market. It will be something around $2, maybe more $1 billion on 2017, like recent researchers said. And but probably if it will be not just a clock, but another devices, and also the licensing of the platform, this will be a much more bigger potential for us.
Is that part of the plan to be an enabling technology company as well?
Yeah, yeah. And I think it will be very good for an industrial IoT because if they install some entire system, they already have this problem to understand what information available, what not. And we can analyze and show them, okay, here's the problem, you should make an attention on this one. That one worked perfect, don't make an attention here. Thank you.
I definitely shared a lot of the same questions around all of the different things you're competing with, whether it's the fridge or Nest going into the space. But I wanted to ask a question. You showed, I think, like 13 logos of things that are going to feed into this clock. I sort of understand. I wake up and I look and I can see how long I slept and I can see my calendar for the day. But once I've connected 13 things to this, how does it know what I want to know at any given point in time?
Actually, it depends on you. So it's up to you to set up as much integration as possible. If you want to just see your Google Calendar and, for example, weather forecast, yeah, let's do this. But we show that we provide the flexibility. So some people want to see that just indoor conditions, some another one. So we can do all of this, but it depends on personally for you.
So is it sort of like you choose 2 or 3 and that's how it'll function best? Or
Yep.
like, what happens if I connect all 13?
So we will analyze your patterns, and patterns of another people. And if you have already connected your Google Calendar and you just use it for a month or 2 weeks, we'll send you a notification or email. Hey, we saw that you use a Google Calendar. Let's try to connect the phone, and you will see the important calls upcoming. Okay, let's do this. And step by step, it will become more personal and more valuable for you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.
I also actually have a question. You showed like a couple different designs, but people are pretty like picky about what goes on their walls and how they design their home. Are you able to change the form, or are you able to add numbers? I mean, how versatile is the design of that thing?
So because of our rounded interface, so this part inside the white part can be changed, but the frames can have different shapes, some squared, maybe some curved shapes. And I think we have to go to the Swarovski booth and ask them about the partnership and make the most luxury wall clock in the smart, because they have a partnership with the smart companies.
Okay, well, good presentation.
Thank you very much.
All right, Glance Clock. We have one more company, a very special company, because we have plucked them from the wilderness of CES to be our wild card. So please understand, judges, as well as our audience and those viewing at home, that these guys have put their presentation together in the last hour or so, as opposed to the other companies who have had months to prepare for this moment. So be gentle. Before we bring them up, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit more about the Glance Clock. You all seem just a touch hesitant, and I think that I agree with you. I also wonder, and this is probably a question for them and not you guys, but our phones are buzzing constantly with notifications. I wonder if when you integrate with the Glance Clock and it sends you a notification, if you double up, am I going to get the same alert on my phone and then my watch and then my iPad? Like, the whole house is freaking out. Rob wants to chat.
I'm just imagining a house where it's hooked up to the WeThing scale, and you walk downstairs and you walk into a room where somebody has their weight on the wall.
That's exactly how my
or their
house
body
works,
fat,
actually.
or their BMI.
I put my weight on the fridge so that I stop opening it. That's my big thing. What about you guys? I mean, no one seems super excited about it. I also wonder, there's no action, right? The first thing that I thought of when he came up and said, oh, we're going to integrate with all these things, it's going to be a smart home platform, I thought about the Echo, right? Because you can actually take action with that device. You can not only ask, it doesn't push stuff to you, but you can ask about the weather. You can ask about, maybe not meetings yet, but I'm sure that will come eventually. And then you can put stuff on a shopping list as opposed to stuff just being pushed to you. Do you guys see that being kind of the future, not only in IoT, but maybe wearables? How can it affect you as opposed to it taking data away from you and giving you just data, but actually making a difference and affecting you and what you're doing?
Yeah, there's a couple companies out there right now sort of doing Siri for home, which I think is sort of what you're getting to. You can sort of ask it any question. It knows all of your different apps. It can ask, when's my Uber going to arrive? And I could sort of see things moving more in that direction, like you said, where you're actually asking for the information. But I agree that if it if you can't tell it or it doesn't know what you want at a given time, I don't think it's really going to help in any particular way. And I think this is one of those products where we're all like, okay, it's like a nice to have, but I think that the products that are going to do really well are the ones that it's like, okay, this serves a burning need, I have to have this, and then it can take off. But I feel like it's going to be a kind of a lukewarm reception.
Yeah, and if you think about like the way that app developers treat the whole idea of push notifications, right? Like that is a science. It's you send 1 or 2 foul push notifications, ones that people don't need, and you're done. You're off the phone, you're deleted, no more. And to try to control that for 13 different services or 14 or 15 different services seems difficult. But we should probably say something nice. Did you guys like anything about it? Oh my God, don't be silent.
I see the inspiration. Like I can see waking up and, you know, everyone takes out their phone, they start going through their calendar and all these different things. And if I could just wake up and sort of know my schedule for the day and while I'm getting ready and not have to pick up my phone and do all of this, I can see some utility.
Almost like eliminating distractions, right? Because you
Yeah.
pop on your phone and then you see 100 other things that you never meant to look at.
And then I
you
sit
spend
there on
25
Twitter
minutes in
for
bed.
20 minutes. Yeah.
All right, cool. So distilling the information. I like that.